A very good evening. I'm William Evans with the latest from the world of news, of course, beginning with the headlines. The government of Rwanda has commended the Catholic Church's contribution to national development as it marks 125 years of its presence in the country. While Rwanda has started vaccinating children who fled with their families and are sheltered in the temporary camp of Nyarushishi in Rusizi district. Again, many thanks for always joining us. My name is William Evans. Now this is the news in detail. The government of Rwanda has commended the Catholic Church's contribution to the national development and urged it to intensify support for families as the church marked 125 years of its presence in the country, an anniversary that coincides with the global 2025 Christianity Jubilee. We do have details.
In Gisagara district in the southern province, the first church in Rwanda was built in 19,000. Today, this place hosts various infrastructures, mostly schools, many of which belong to the Catholic Church. The church is now celebrating 125 years since it started its activities in Rwanda. These celebrations also coincided with the global 2025 Christianity Jubilee. Christians expressed joy over the 125 years of the church's presence in Rwanda, saying it has greatly benefited them, especially by strengthening relationships and promoting forgiveness among communities. The Catholic Church restores our brotherhood. It introduces us to the true God, daily faith, unity, love, happiness, and repentance. In our faith, everything is built on love, and out of love, we live in harmony with each other.
We are Christians, and being Christian, you must be kind and humane, and this is what the Lord requires us to do.
The Archbishop of Kigali, Antoine Cardinal Kambanda, reminded Christians of the importance of humanity, emphasizing that without it, families fall apart and even previous achievements can be destroyed.
We still have a long way to go in building brotherhood, unity and peace, as the theme of this Jubilee reminds us, so that we can jointly contribute to the development of our country. The first development is establishing a strong sense of brotherhood, and this is our special contribution as the Catholic Church. Mere development frontiering works without a spirit of brotherhood results into people cheating each other, offending each other, and fighting, thereby destroying even the little they've achieved and begin to build again.
Pope Leo XIV encouraged Christians to continue striving for peace and unity in a message to the Catholic Church in Rwanda on this day. The message was delivered by the Apostolic Nuncio to Rwanda, Archbishop Arnaldo Sanchez Catalan.
With heartfelt joy, His Holiness Pope Leo XIV joins the Church in Rwanda in giving thanks to God for the 125th anniversary of the arrival of Christianity to the country. Together with you, he remembers with gratitude the first missionaries who proclaimed the gospel and all those who, through their faith and generosity, have helped it take deep root among the people of Rwanda. As you mark this important milestone, His Holiness encourages you to remain steadfast in the spirit of the gospel, a spirit of reconciliation, peace, and mutual respect. As he said, we must pass on what we have in turn received, so that we all may become one in Christ. May your Christian communities continue to be a sign of hope, especially for the young and for all who long for healing and renewed unity.
The Prime Minister, Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva, delivered a message from the President of the Republic appreciating the Church's contribution to the national development and encouraging them to intensify their good works, including education.
Nibyo koko kuri uyu munsi wa yubile turishimira ibyiza byagezweho.
It is true indeed, on this Jubilee, we are celebrating what has been achieved this far. But it's also important, working together and thinking about the future, to continue revising our collaboration in our target of having Rwandans who are hopeful and self-reliant. In this regard, I would like to remind everyone of an important message aimed at supporting each family so that we can achieve sustainable growth and decent living standards. This message is also a reflection of our collective responsibility by the government and faith-based organizations like the Catholic Church. We desire to work together with the Catholic Church and other religions to foster better education for all Rwandan children without leaving anyone behind. Those who spoke before me touched on it, but as we all know, a child is a nation being built. When kids are not in school, our future is in danger. We hope, therefore, that churches, especially the Catholic Church, will continue with the good work in the education sector.
Amatorero cyane cyane Kiliziya Gatolika azakomeza akazi keza akora muri uru rwego.
Throughout its 125 years in Rwanda, the Church has played a major role in improving citizens' welfare, especially in education and health. It runs over 2,800 primary and secondary schools, more than 100 health centers, and 10 hospitals. According to the National Institute of Statistics, there are more than 5 million Catholics in Rwanda, making up over 40% of the country's population.
Thank you, Olive Ntete. Now to more news. Let's continue by informing you that the Rwanda Defense Forces Chief of Defense, General Mubaraka, presided over the pass-out ceremony of 5 months Advanced Infantry Brigade training at the Combat Training Center in Gabiro. In his remarks, General Mubaraka congratulated the graduates and emphasized the critical role of advancing training in preparing soldiers to perform their responsibilities and respond effectively to emerging threats. He further highlighted that beyond the technical and tactical skills, the course also instilled a strong sense of military discipline, a fundamental value that guides soldiers in upholding RDF standards, maintaining professionalism, and performing duties with integrity. The CDS encouraged the troops to apply both operational knowledge and the discipline they developed throughout the training in the execution of their responsibilities. Now, Rwanda has started vaccinating children who fled with their families and are sheltered in the temporary camp at Nyarushishi in Rusizi district. And this comes after 3 days since they arrived in Rwanda, fleeing the fighting taking place in South Kivu, particularly in the Kamanyora area. We do have details to this report.
More than 450 children have already received the measles and polio vaccines as of this Saturday. The vaccines are being given to children under the age of 15. Parents of these refugee children emphasized that this is a great opportunity for their children not to miss vaccinations despite the displacement. They asked me to bring the children to the camp to receive polio and other vaccines, and now we have already received them. The vaccination campaign for children in the temporary camp of Nyarushishi started on Friday, December 5th. Health officials in the refugee camp say that those in the camps should not be deprived of their right to access services allowed by the law.
During the screenings, we need to determine whether children have received their vaccines or not. Today, we are screening children under 5 years old to check if they have received all their vaccinations. Those who have not received them are being vaccinated. We are also vaccinating children up to 15 years old because it is important to give them this opportunity as well. Prevention is not only important in Rwanda but worldwide. By vaccinating them, we help ensure they are protected from these diseases.
Since Wednesday of this week, Congolese refugees have begun fleeing the fighting occurring in the Kamanyola, Ruvungi and other areas. Those sheltered in Nyarushishi camp are grateful for how they have been received since arriving in Rwanda.
Are you talking about how we are received? We are very happy to be here because at least we have saved our lives. And we hope this will end soon so we can return home, as we do not like living in camps again.
That is true. They have taken good care of us, giving us food and places to sleep.
Here we are happy because they care about us. However, we ask the authorities to help us return home once the war ends. Here they give us porridge in the afternoon and morning, and we eat rice and beans.
On the other hand, the mayor of Rusizi district, Manuel Sindaiheba, says that the refugees being received in Rwanda are making their own choices.
Yesterday, we received approximately 954 people. Some have already received assistance. 250 individuals transited to Bukavu returned via the Rusizi border one. More than 740 people are currently in the Nyarushishi camp, where they have received the basic support they need. Today, around 207 of them requested to join family members living in Rwanda, especially in Bugarama sector and Rusizi district. We have also helped them reach their families and friends. In the afternoon, around 3 p.m., we received an additional 105 Congolese refugees who were also taken to Nyarushishi camp. Additionally, there are 3 families totaling 12 people whom we are about to assist and send them to Nyarushishi as well. This is the current situation, and we thank the security agencies for their support in caring for these Congolese neighbors who have sought refuge during this difficult time.
On Friday, heavy gunfire was heard, which caused more than 900 people to cross the Bugarama border. On Saturday, the gunfire significantly decreased and was heard from a distance. This led to a reduction in the number of refugees.
Thank you once again, Olive Ntete. Now, to more news, Rwanda and the United States have signed a healthy cooperation agreement worth $228 million, which is approximately 330 billion Rwandan francs, to support the strengthening and development of Rwanda's health sector. We do have details to this story. The agreement was signed yesterday, Friday, in Washington, D.C., in the USA. Rwanda was represented by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation, Ambassador Olivier Nduhungirehe, while the United States was represented by Jeremy Lewin, Senior Official Under Secretary for Foreign Assistance, Humanitarian Affairs and Religious Freedom. This 5-year agreement outlines a new vision for health cooperation between the two countries. It will support Rwanda in implementing its national priorities for improving the health sector over the next 5 years, many of which were highlighted by the Prime Minister when he presented the government's program to the Parliament.
Mu rwego rw'ubuzima, intego ni inkuru nizi zikurikira.
In the health sector, the main pillars include strengthening health services by increasing health personnel and ensuring that these services reach all Rwandans. We will also expand health infrastructure, including hospitals and essential medical equipment. In addition, we aim to promote medical tourism and reduce the rate of stunting among children under 5 from 33% to below 15%. We will also continue to enhance hygiene and cleanliness nationwide. To improve the quality of health services, the government will also work significantly to increase, at least quadruple the number of healthy personnel. Through this partnership, and with the support of the U.S. Congress, the United States plans to provide an additional $158 million, which is nearly 230 billion Rwandan francs over the next 5 years, to support Rwanda's efforts in combating HIV, stroke, AIDS, malaria, and other infectious diseases, as well as strengthening disease surveillance and epidemic preparedness. The agreement also includes $10 million, over 14.5 billion Rwandan francs, to support an American biotechnology company, Ginkgo Bioworks, in expanding its epidemic detection and monitoring work in Rwanda. This will enable the establishment of a biothreat ladder system to detect and prevent emerging infectious diseases in the region. The initiative aligns with Rwanda's broader plan to promote medical technology, as emphasized recently by the Minister of Health, Dr. Saben Nsanzimana, during the Africa Health Tech Forum hosted in Rwanda. AI in the health sector is seen as a way to provide faster responses and improve efficiency, especially in Africa where there are relatively few doctors. Therefore, we should promote and enhance its use. While AI may have some negative impacts, this is why clear policies need to be regularly reviewed and updated to ensure it is used properly. It is important also to approach AI positively so that people do not fear it or see it as something harmful. AI offers many benefits, and any potential negative effects should be managed through well-established policies. A statement from Rwanda's Ministry of Foreign Affairs noted that this partnership builds on the significant progress Rwanda has already made in strengthening its health system. Research shows that Rwanda is among the few countries globally that have reached the 95% HIV epidemic control target, and in 2024, the World Health Organization commended Rwanda for successfully combating the Marburg virus outbreak within 3 months, an achievement that demonstrates the country's strong health emergency response capabilities. The agreement further outlines additional areas of cooperation where Rwanda needs investment and private sector partnerships from the United States, including the production of advanced HIV treatment medicine. Now, the security agencies have reminded the public that everyone has the right to express their views and use the social media platforms, but emphasize that this must be done while respecting public order and the safety of others. We do have details to this report. During a press briefing, security officials especially cautioned young people about how they use social media. They noted that some individuals misuse these platforms to commit crimes, including sharing sexually explicit content and other activities that jeopardize national security. This was highlighted by the spokesperson of the Rwanda Investigation Bureau, Dr. Murangira Thierry. Sexually explicit content sharing is a crime punishable by the law. We are asking you, instead of promoting such content, you should fight against it by not sharing it or resharing it, because this could lead you into being arrested. Dr. Murangira also reminded the public that while freedom of expression is a right, it must be exercised in the manner that respects public order. Any abuse of this right that violates the law is also punishable. We have the freedom of expression and speech, which is provided for by the law. As you freely express yourselves, ensure that you respect public order, people's privacy, and children. The Inspector General of Police, IGP CG Felix Namhoranye, said security agencies closely monitor what happens on social media, as some crimes originate there, sometimes committed by foreign nationals, but that security organs work quickly to resolve such cases and return offenders to their countries when necessary.
Yureba actions zifatirwa bari abantu, ibyemezo bifatirwa bari abantu.
When you look at how we respond to those situations and threats caused by those people, and some of the cases involving foreigners fighting either themselves or locals, the numbers of those arrested and deported, and how quickly we carry out those operations, the cases are actually shared on social media usually days after those culprits have been arrested and some deported already. I think we need to find a session and highlight such statistics. RIB further announced that several individuals have already been investigated for various offenses committed through social media, including insults, the circulation of explicit content, and other crimes. The agents want that the country will not tolerate those who engage in such behavior. Let's now go to Nyagatare district, where the Rwanda Correctional Service has launched the nationwide rollout of the new community service penalty, a court-issued sentence that requires offenders to perform community work 3 days a week while continuing to live at home. The pilot implementation took place in Rukomo sector, where offenders expressed appreciation to the government of Rwanda for introducing a system that allows them to serve their sentences without being separated from their families. According to Juliet Mrekatete, the Vice Mayor of Nyagatare District in charge of social affairs, this community service program will help the district reduce expenditures previously allocated to road maintenance and other community development activities. Traditionally, individuals convicted of crimes were required to serve prison sentences. However, after careful assessment, the government of Rwanda determined that the certain offenses and offenders can engage in community service while staying at home, an approach that also helps alleviate overcrowding in prisons. Nationwide, more than 4,000 people have been sentenced to community service penalty, with over 600 of them located in Nyagatare district alone. The sentence is provided for under the Penal Code and is governed in detail by Presidential Order number 022/01 of 31st of 03/2003, which outlines the procedure for implementing community service as a criminal penalty. Tomorrow news, the tea factories of Rwanda Mountain Tea celebrate the day dedicated to tea farmers and other workers involved in all activities related to tea. This day aims to appreciate those who contribute to cultivating and other related work to ensure the continuous production, of high quality and abundant tea. During the celebration of this day dedicated to tea, farmers and other workers involved in tea-related activities were given cows, small livestock, mattresses, cooking or gas, and televisions were given as tokens of appreciation to farmers and other workers. Besides these rewards, tea farmers also received monthly payments. Some earn up to 1 million Rwandan francs per month, while even those earning as little as 50,000 Rwandan francs are able to improve their livelihoods. Kabeja Alain, Chief Executive Officer of Rwanda Mountain Tea, which owns 90 processing factories in Rwanda, said that the day is intended to recognize everyone who contributes to achieving a good and abundant tea harvest. The mayor of Nyamagabe district, Niyom Mungeri, urged residents of the district to recognize the value of tea, as it only supports those who cultivate it, but also provides employment to many people. In 2024, the 9 factories of Rwanda Mountain Tea produced over 37 million tons of processed tea, representing 49% of the country's total tea production. Now, moving on, in the previous episode of The Roots and Wings Iwachu, Enora Gladys, who is our colleague, welcomed a Rwandan who has been living in the UK, and who this person shared how singing in the choir played a significant role in shaping her musical journey, and hopes to continue developing the talent here in Rwanda. Enora Gladys.
How did it come from? Where did it come from to be a singer in the first place, and how did it shape you today?
As you said, it started in church and at home. My family nurtured a culture of singing every Sabbath, and I think I held such a special place of that time in my memories till today. It's one of my most fondest memories at home, singing with everyone. And I think it shaped me to be a very musical person in general. Everything I do I have to do it with music. Music has to be in the background or something.
Yeah, awesome. And what role did singing in church play in you having a passion and also confidence in being a singer?
Yes, singing in church was my first stage. I was able to sing for a higher purpose than just myself, singing for God. And that gave me a great sense of pride and not have stage fright as most people do. And it gave me confidence and able to pursue my voice in ways that I couldn't pursue in other communities and spaces, basically.
Exactly. And how did your journey shape you from Rwanda and take you to another country and also perform there, of course?
Yes, I think, as I said, I was a very musical person. So when I went to the UK for university, I was looking for a space to sing and maybe pursue a bit of musical theatre, because I had done a bit of plays at church, and I was like, oh, I should explore. And I loved musicals in general. So I think that's what led me to, I felt like I had a void of, I want to sing. I want to be part of a singing group, regardless if it's a choir, if it's a musical theatre, somehow, somewhere.
Yes, you've been in the United Kingdom for over 3 years and even more, and in the industry of art and also music, have you ever noticed like cultural and also artistic differences between Rwanda's music and also the UK's music?
Yes, there are notable differences, such as, for example, in my area, it is musical theatre. It is a big culture because they've had years to culture and cultivate this culture of musical theatre. People go to catch a musical like every other weekend, and they really like they put importance on technicalities, a lot of music theory, and it's something that's different in Rwanda, which we have a beautiful music scene in Rwanda, very big, very invested in, and it's growing. However, it's not as important in people's lives, any person's life, you know, like a random civilian wouldn't tell you like, oh, I love musicals here in Rwanda, but in the UK, a lot of people are accustomed and aware about musicals, and I think.
Before we skip to the part of bringing your skills back home, because you've been learning more about musical theatre and also getting more experience, I would like you to give us a short a cappella, because we've been talking about music, a singer. So please share with us some more.
Okay, so I will be singing "God Help the Outcasts" from Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is my second favorite musical. So, okay.
Yes.
I don't know if you can hear me or if you're even there. I don't know if you can listen to a gypsy's prayers. Yes, I know I'm just an outcast. I shouldn't speak to you. Still, I see your face and wonder, were you once an outcast too? God help the outcasts, hungry from birth. Show them the mercy they don't find on earth. God help my people, we look to you still. God help the outcast, or nobody will. I ask for wealth, I ask for fame, I ask for glory to shine on my name. I ask for love I can possess. I ask for God and his angels to bless me. I ask for nothing, I can get by, but I know so many less lucky than I. Please help my people, the poor and downtrodden. I thought we all were children of God.
Amazing talent from Hannah Kaisenga, and we can only wish her good luck. Now we take a short break and return with international news. We've now come to the end of tonight's edition. My name is William Evans, and with me and the entire team, have a good night. Goodbye.